Welcome back, ladies, gents and Pikachus. I wanted to have a serious talk with you about what you believe. What do you believe in and what do you accept? When you're speaking of equality, diversity, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, when you're talking about mercies and living alongside other people peacefully, how much do you really believe in that, and what are you willing to go through for that to exist? Now, the reason I ask you is because I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to live the way that you like, as long as you're not harming anyone and you're living well, for your own sake, having a good life. I believe in that, but it isn't just words for me. I believe that so strongly, I'm willing to put my body and my life on the line in order that other people can enjoy that same freedom as I have enjoyed, and not be chased down, harassed and murdered by other people who believe that to be sinful. So, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about your beliefs? Are you just accepting that generous grace from God, but denying it of others? Or are you actually going to do something to keep that going? Because it seems to me that there's a lot of people out there who don't understand this book here, the Quran of the Muslims, and they liken it to this book here, the Holy Bible. They think that all gods are one God, a oneness, which is Satan. That's what Satanists believe. Satanists believe that every god is Satan, Allah. But that isn't the way that every other religion works. Hindus are peaceful. Sikhs are peaceful. Buddhists are peaceful. Zoroastrians are peaceful. Christians are peaceful. Jews are peaceful. And they all believe different things. They all have different versions of what God is. But none of them believe in oneness. None of them think that other people are secretly worshipping their God. None of them think that other beliefs and faiths should be murdered down to a man because they do not believe in their God. There is only one faith that believes that. Islam is the only faith that believes that. Islam's first Sharia is "Thou shalt kill all the non-believers." Now think about that. Think about how if your culture, if your belief system has a law mandated by God himself that you must follow, lest you will be a criminal yourself, you have to do this. If your first law is "Thou shalt kill all non-believers," how can you reconcile that with freedom, with peace? You can't. So any man or woman who calls themselves a Muslim is a supporter of that and believes that to be the case. That is what this book teaches, as we've gone through, as we've been reading it. Thou shalt kill all non-believers is rule number 1. Whereas if you're a Christian like I am, rule number 1 is "Thou shalt never murder." It's the complete opposite. Christians don't expect other people to follow their ways and rituals, or even to worship at their God. All we expect is the respect and the freedom and the peace, which is our right as a human being. We're not going around pushing this on other people. We're not going around murdering people who don't agree with us. We're certainly not lying to construct court cases so that other people accuse our enemies and kill them in our place. We're not doing that. Why are we not doing that? Because we're told that it's morally wrong to do that. We know what morals are because of our book, because of our God, who teaches justice and mercy and peace in the way which people believe it to be. Mercy means not killing. Justice means stopping people from committing crimes. Righteousness means living a good life and being willing to stand up for those beliefs. That is what this book is, the Holy Bible. But back to the Quran of the Muslims. This book is the opposite. This book directly commands you that if you don't kill all non-believers, you are a criminal. It tells us that mercy is quickly cutting the heads off those non-believers rather than keeping them as a slave and torturing them. And it teaches us that righteousness is nothing that is not inside this book. Everything outside of this book for a Muslim is a great sin that will be punished by beheading and then burning forever in fire. That is what their God demands of them as a law. So in conclusion, back to my original point, how much do you really care about equality, diversity, freedom, expression of individual personalities. These are all things that require real justice, real peace, real mercy, and not demanding that people who are different to you are born evil and should be killed, which is what Allah demands of Muslims and what Muslims believe today. So I will say once again, any man or woman who calls themselves a Muslim, that is what they believe. Whether they admit it to you in public or not, whether they are employing a Taqiyite strategy of lying to you to position themselves to authority and evade the justice of their crimes, in their head that's what they believe. And it's no different than if someone you met said, oh, I'm actually a Nazi, but I'm just a cultural Nazi, I don't really believe in all that stuff. Would you accept that? Would you think, oh yeah, I'll be friends with this person, I'll accept what they say, they don't really want to kill the Jews, they're just a cultural Nazi? Of course you wouldn't. So why are we letting these guys get away with it? Oh, I'm just a cultural Muslim, I don't really believe in killing all the non-believers, despite the fact that Allah commands this of me and says I myself am a criminal if I do not apply that. Why are we allowing them to say that to us when it is a lie? Islam is the worship of Satan, and Satan demands your death and mine. So think about that. If you care about diversity, equality, peace, mercy, justice, freedom, any of these concepts, individual personalities, the right to express yourself, to learn and have free will, Allah doesn't want you to have those. He wants you dead because you want those. So think about it clearly and decide where and how far you're willing to go to defend that freedom for yourself or for others, and how much you care about it in your own life, and how much you're willing to defend it when they come for you, as they did for me on Saturday. And that's the end of this video, so I hope you enjoyed that and you learnt something, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. And just remember, if a crime is committed upon your neighbour and you look the other way, you are just as guilty. That's how we have to see this, or our freedom will be taken. So that's the end of this video. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.